Welcome, everybody. It is a hot Sunday in August 21st, 2022, and this is the Morgellons Call of the Week. I am Robin from Western Mass, the co-host. I'm thrilled to be here today. I really missing last week, but I had a gig, so make hay while the sun shines, right? But anyway, I'm really happy to be here. This is where you get the most accurate Morgellons information on your road to wellness and getting your life back. And that's because we are so lucky to have Richard Kuhns, the author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites, with us every Sunday. And the cool thing about Richard is that he never stops learning. He never stops researching. And we are part of his research team. He listens to us. He answers questions through email. He answers questions here every Sunday. He cares. He really cares. And he has proven solutions. We're after the tried and true, not the latest thing, going down the pike. So I personally think Richard is like the foremost expert on Morgellons. And what he does, he doesn't claim to know everything, but he knows more than 99% of the people who claim to know anything. So anyway, at this point, I'd like to welcome Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites.
Thank you, Robin. Pleasure to be here. We surely did miss you last week, and glad you're back this week. The program is based on the diet, the King diet. I'm going to be very brief about it. First of all, I need to do the FDA disclaimers, which is just a technical thing. The FDA requires that I inform everybody on this call that before you start the King diet or accept any of my recommendations or any of that of my coaches, is that you discuss them with your medical doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems. We are not trained as physicians. Legally, we do not diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. We're here to educate you how to use the King diet, and this program is based on the King diet. Many people write me and say, well, I'm having trouble with this, I have trouble with that, and I'm just not getting better. And the only question I ask them when I write back is, have you made the diet work? That's it. Now, if you haven't made the diet work, there are videos that we have just about the King diet and tips on making it work, because whether you buy stuff in the grocery store or the pharmacy or from me, it's only going to be a Band-Aid. Any product, any vitamins, anything that you take is only, or use on your skin, is only going to be a Band-Aid. This is my opinion, until you make the diet kick in. It's that important. So we got to educate you how to make the diet work, how to clean your environment, how to clean your skin, and the targeted supplements that are available to build health and immune functioning. Okay, so today, one of our people has graciously volunteered to share his experience in his trek in using the program. And so we have as our guest today, Nick. Nick, are you there, Nick?
Yes, I am, Rich.
Okay, Nick, tell us a little bit. When did you first start experiencing symptoms of itchy skin and all the stuff that goes with the skin parasites? How long ago was that?
It started back in 1994. I could have got it a number of places. I mean, I used to do a lot of hunting in the woods. I've been prone to have ticks burrow in me and stuff like that. I did a lot of partying in my life with, let's just say, I went out, dated a lot of different women. I could have picked it up from them. I'm not sure, but I got it somewhere, wherever it was. And it was bad at that time because there was no Richard Jones, no support group, none of that. So I got to the first time I got rid of it, to be honest with you, I put some kind of toxin on it. Toxin on my body, which got rid of it, which I was just lucky to do that. I'm not telling people to go out and put, like solvents on their body. I'm not going to tell people to do that because it could destroy your, better than I do, it could destroy your system, your organs or whatever. I'm lucky that, thank God I have none of that problems,
Yeah, it's either you die or they die kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like I would sit in my bed and I would cry at night because I would actually feel stuff crawling on my forehead, on my eyes, on my privates, and I could not get rid of it. I went to dermatologist telling me that I'm delusional and stuff like that, and telling me that, there's nothing wrong with you, it's in your head. And I had a psychiatrist convince me that it was in my head at that time.
He really convinced you?
Wow.
He actually convinced me. It was a guy that I'd seen for years, and I trusted him, and he actually convinced me. And his answer was to put me on tranquilizers. That was his answer, to put me on drugs. Now that all that did was help me sleep, knock me out and help me sleep. You got to be, the only way that's going to help is by getting you addicted. Now you're addicted to drugs. You need that to sleep. So after a while, I took it into my own hands. I wound up putting toxins on my body, which got rid of it for a long time. But then I was prone to get it again. About a couple of years ago, before I found this program. At that time, I guess it's been a year already since I've been on here. I found this program and I used the protocols and the diet. But in the beginning, I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening to you, Rich. I wasn't listening to anybody. I was jumping from hotel to hotel. I seen a healer, which I spent $10,000 on, which did not help. I asked him what perbendazine was. I asked him if he knew what perbendazine was, and he did not. He said, "What's that?" So, I was out of my mind at that point. I was ready. I was almost going to lose everything financially because I was just jumping down rabbit holes and trying to find an answer. And I don't think there's really an answer. I think my own opinion is I think you get it dormant, and once you got it not coming back, it doesn't come back unless you go into an area where I'm prone to it,
So how did you learn of my program?
I actually Googled your program. I remember years ago you were just selling the diet. I remember you were way before you had a meeting. You were selling the diet, and I didn't take no. I said, "What is this?" At that time, I was, I guess, in my years ago. At that time, I didn't believe how can a diet work, but
yeah, how can a diet do anything?
Yes, that's how I was, when
stupid diet.
Before you know it, I started doing the diet, and I started doing the diet, and it just wasn't kicking in. And then I kept doing it and with the supplements, and I kept bathing as well. That was important. I kept cleaning my environment.
Now, as I recall, bathing was a challenge for you in the beginning.
Yeah, because of course I'm a big guy, and I had to. But unfortunately, I'm very limber, so I actually was able to pull my legs up and rest them on the tile of the bathtub, and get my head submerged, and able to submerge my head and turn over on my body, on my side, and stuff like that. So I was able to do it because I had the willingness to fight back. I wasn't going to give up this time. I was almost 400 pounds.
400 pounds. So you can understand bathing was a challenge in a standard bathtub that you would get in a hotel room. Absolutely. but you did it and you made it work, and that's what I applaud you for, because you made what seemed impossible to me happen. You did it. How long did it take you to make the diet work?
I would say for me about a couple of months, at least a couple of months doing that. I guess everybody's body is different with that to kick in. I mean, some people I've heard a couple of weeks. I've heard, then I heard people it takes longer.
It took you 2 months to get the diet to work for you.
Yeah, I'd say about that. About 2 months till I started feeling better with supplements.
Again, I have to applaud you again, because so many people give up after just a few days. They write and say, well, the diet's not working, after a few days. So it worked. You got to make it work, and you demonstrated that.
Well, if it wasn't for Robin was a big help, and Chris was a big help, and stuff like that, you got a really good support group. Robin was a blessing. I mean, I would sit there and get upset with her. I mean, my mother did upset over the phone, crying to her. I was a mess. I wanted to commit suicide at that point. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna ever get out of this. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get out of this, and I want to commit suicide or start doing hardcore drugs, because I don't have an answer. There's no answer for this, and that's what was driving me mostly crazy. Not getting an answer, but I don't know if there is an answer, to this. I don't know if there's ever going to be an answer, but your protocols make it go away. That's, whatever it is, it goes away. You conquer it. So I'm very happy about that.
You're absolutely right in the things that you said. You never get cured of this thing. You can get reinfected. You can stray off the diet, and you get to a point where you feel like you're cured, and you forget what it felt like to even have the itching and the biting symptoms going on, and you think, well, and then suddenly you abuse the diet and eat too much watermelon or eat too many strawberries for a week or so, and it's all hell breaks loose again. So,
absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying is it still in my system? Yeah, probably it's still in my system. Is it, am I going to get reinfected? Yeah, I could get reinfected again. Sure, I can.
Yeah,
I got the protocols.
Yeah.
I got the protocols where I can turn around, and it'll be like you say, a mere blip, where I can get rid of it.
May I ask you about your support system at home, family support system? Did you have much support?
Well, my mother's kind of skeptical. She was kind of reluctant, but, when she seen me getting a little better, she won't admit this to nobody, but she's seen I got better off it. So, I've gotten better, and I'm living my life. I mean, I go to my friend's house to see his daughters, because I don't have no kids, and go in the swimming pool, and I'm living my life a lot better than what it was, than being in recluse and not going anywhere.
What is your weight today? You were at 400. Where are you today?
250.
250. And what does your doctor say about all of your the blood work and everything they typically run? What is your doctor saying?
He says just keep doing what you're doing. She says, it's a woman, she says keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you're doing something right.
So you're basically healthier today than you were when you started the program.
I'm healthier, but one of my peeves is, I'm human. I still like to have that. I still have a Whopper once in a while. I still have, last night I had a slice of cake. I mean, I'll be honest with you there. I like to eat. Maybe that's from my background, but, I got to watch a little bit. I got to definitely watch, but.
You can eat occasionally whatever you want, as long as you're cautious about it and don't do it repeatedly every day or two. You can eat just about anything you want for short period of time. So it's about not, we get into habits. I used to be addicted to Dunkin' Donuts, and my office was right across the street from a Dunkin' Donut. And I'd be walking across this 2-lane super highway to get to a Dunkin' Donut. Kind of stupid when I think back, risking my life for Dunkin' Donuts. I was an addict, but now, I rarely ever think about a Dunkin' Donut. And if I have a Dunkin' Donut 3 times in a year, that's probably a lot.
I just want to say it's so nice to hear your voice and to hear how good things are going for you. I'm so happy. So.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. I've been doing good. It was a rough, probably a rough year I had with battling this, but once again, I had a lot of time on my hands where I could make it maybe a little faster because I'm disabled. Maybe that was it. I don't know. All I know is that.
I think that you exhibited tremendous perseverance and courage, and you didn't give up, and that's so important. And I'm just so proud of you. That's just awesome, and it's a wonderful testimony and example to other people who are struggling. You didn't get discouraged. You kept on keeping on.
Well,
you didn't stop.
He moved through any discouragement, fortunately. He didn't give up. That's the good thing. We all get discouraged because not everything works out exactly as quickly. It took him 2 months to get the diet to work, but it was worth it. And many people, as I mentioned before, give up after just a few days. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. The diet. For me, the diet was not easy. I mean, you're eating certain foods that, you want to go out and eat something, something else or something like that, and you just can't. And you just got to stick by that diet and try to, till things get better. You got to do it. If you don't do it, it's only going to get worse. If you start eating sugar and stuff like that, and while that stuff is active, in my own opinion, when I had it in '94, I didn't know what I was doing, so I was eating sugar back then. And drinking beer and stuff like that. That stuff makes it worse. For my own opinion, that it'll multiply. It'll be like you'll feel like 1,000 and thousands of ants all over your back, your legs, your privates, and it's nonstop. It's nonstop at that point. Yeah, I knew nothing back then about bathing. Who would think about bathing? There was no protocols back then.
No, that's about the time I had originally become impacted by them, and there was nothing there. And whatever you did find on the internet was elusive and non-descriptive and left a lot to the imagination. And you were not able to contact anybody. There was no conference call like this where people would call in and ask questions. You were just stuck. It was horrendous. And, it reminds me of the vignette in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. There was this miner who was had a gold mine, or maybe it was a silver mine, I forget which it was. But he made a tremendous investment and bought all this equipment and manpower, and he was mining this mine, and it wasn't really producing that much. So he kind of gave up and basically sold everything, the mine and everything, for pennies on the dollar. And the guy who bought it had an idea or a sense that the mother lode was there. I think that was the Comstock lode. It's only 300 feet away from where the previous miner was digging. So we often just give up, and we're so close to the answer, and we give up. It's a human condition. Well, I want to thank you, Nick, for sharing your wonderful story with us all, your insight, your inspiration, and you're one of our coaches, and we'll give out your number later, and others.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.